bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá wò ó sì ní òde òní yìí pé ewo kíní kan òde òní náà máa ń lò fún
ewo ajá wò yìí náà fi ń lé woro ìwò yìí
náà fi ń lè wò so èèyàn wá rí wípé if at that situation bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ because àwọn míì wà nínú àwọn ọmọ tá à ń sọ ìbéèrè pé at 28-29 wọn ò tí ì ní anybody tó ń fẹ́ fẹ́ ìgbà míì kò yẹ káwọn òbí máa máa pressure ni wọn because àwa kọ́ la máa bá wọn gbé bẹ̀ àwọn ni wọ́n máa gbé bẹ̀ fún ara wọn and ẹni tó bá kí í ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ ó lè má mọ so many things tọ́mọ ẹ̀ ń pass through ọmọ mi lè ti wọ depression so many times even before the marriage comes ẹlòmíì lè ti wà nínú relationship tó ẹgbẹ́ àti máa wo relationship rẹ̀ pé relationship yóò lè pé òun tí ò dẹ̀ tó wá nílé sọ síta fáwọn parents ẹ̀ irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sìn irú àwọn kó wá lọ ní àwọn parents ẹ̀ fún wọn máa ṣá màmá pressure gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ ti marry like nǹkan ló máa tó wẹ̀ at 28 gan mo ti bímọ mẹ́ta mo ti bí mẹ́rin wọlé mọ̀ọ́kọ́ tó ń ṣe ló ṣe ń ṣà ṣé ló ṣe ń rọ̀ so ṣé ìsìn lẹ́yìn tá a bá ti mú àdúrà àti wàá máa mú wípé ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ máa bá wọn ọmọ yẹn lò káwa náà bẹ́ẹ̀ lajú sílẹ̀ láti bá wọn gbé ìgbésí ayé yẹn ni ní orí nǹkan tó good fún parents láti mount pressure lórí àwọn ọmọ because nígbà tí a bá mount pressure lórí wọn jù majority of them wọ́n á ṣì gbé majority of them ọkàn wa pòrúurú along the line majority of them wọn tún ní fire hàn fáwọn parents
ẹ ṣeun
wọn ní fire hàn wò pé
they will start hiding
kúrò nílé báyìí bóyá wá sí bí ìlú Nàìjíríà wá sí London kò ní sí inú wọn anybody wọn á wò pé olúwo ṣé òun ti dàgbà kúrò kò ní sí anybody èmi ti ní èèyàn kan tó súnmọ́ mi gangan tí mo béèrè pé kí lóyún tó wà tí kí lóyún tó fẹ́ lọ lé fọ́dún léyà ó ní gbogbo wọn máa béèrè pé báwo ló máa má rí báwo ló máa má rí báwo ló máa má rí. So when we mount much pressure on them it deprives them of the closeness it draws them into depression many times. So I like to be careful. Ọmọ ìtọ́ pé ọ̀rẹ́ ní iyì ọ̀rẹ́ tí ẹ pé èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ sọ
thank you so much.
Ìkọ̀kọ̀ tó yẹ pé ó yí sí rárá kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú fún wa.
Àmín Jésù àmín thank you so much.
Wọ́n á gbàdúrà fún gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n ojú Ọlọ́run fún ọkọ àbí ìyàwó nínú àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n ti dàgbà tí wọ́n ti tójú bọ́ kí Ọlọ́run nínú àánú ẹ̀ kó rí ọjọ́ tòní yìí kó fún wọn ní egungun fún wọn kó fún wọn ní ìhà títí wọn kọ́lọ́run kó lànà fún wọn kó má ṣìgbé kó má ṣìyàn.
Àmín. Thank you so much, ma. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. God bless you, ma. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Arábìnrin Retola, ẹ ṣé láti Liverpool. Thank you so much. We appreciate your call. God bless you. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. For those that are just joining us on this show, tonight we're talking about the implications of mounting pressure on people to get married. Now, before we even moved on to this, the person that just called me now, because the person that was speaking basically in Yoruba, which is Koseto Iwa Funi, àmọ́ nítorí àwọn tí wọ́n join wa tí wọ́n kì í ṣe lédè irú last week in sin I saw someone who is a Caucasian and she joined the conversation, so that's why you see me speaking English sometimes. What this person has just talked about is the implication of mounting pressure on people. She said you don't even know what these people are going through already, and then when you mount pressure on them, they become depressed, they become embarrassed. She even cited an example of someone. So when they say, are you not going home for Christmas or for this? She will say, no, I'm not going home. Why are you not going home for Christmas? She will say, when I get there, they'll start asking me, when are you bringing home your husband? When are you going to be married? All your mates are married. So because of that, the person decided not to go home. And this person is trying to tell us that it shouldn't get to that point. So for those that are just joining us, the implication of mounting pressure on people. Now, we're talking about some people are just not ready. They just feel that they are not ready. And I asked earlier that when is someone ready for marriage? Somebody said when you are mentally, financially, and spiritually ready. It has to come from here. You have to really, really be ready for it. You're not doing it just because you're doing it. Now, I asked the question, what about if that person is of age? For example, I'm 50 and I still think I am not spiritually, physically, or mentally ready for marriage. How do you handle someone like that? If I was a parent to someone like that, I would be worried. How do I go about it? Now, let me read what somebody said. Pardon me. Please pardon me. Fabulous Funke said, it is okay to ask the questions so as to understand why the person is not married yet. Mounting pressure without understanding the backstory of the person may cause more damage than good. Thank you so much. No, according to this person, she's saying it's okay. You can ask them questions. Get to know why they're not doing what they're not doing. What you think you don't even know. And like the last caller said, he said back in the days we get to know what's happening now. But nowadays you don't even know whether the child has just suffered some heartbreak. You don't know whether the person is in a relationship that is not too healthy, and by pushing them, you will just realize that they will just go and do it just because okay. Now let's talk about the implications. One of it has been said by my last caller. Joe, please. I always beg us every week. Please call in. This program is not a one-man show. It's a very interactive show where I learn from you, you learn from me. And the best way we can learn from each other is number one, calling in. That's my favorite part. If you call me live on +447828500938, or you send a request to be in the show as a live show, or you can actually leave me a voice note and I'll play it live. Because we're all here to learn. You understand? So many things have been said on this show that I suddenly realized that, wow, I didn't think about it that way, A lot of things that I thought I know. But I came on this show from people's conversation, from people, that's why I always say, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Thank you, Sammy Smart, for joining 1 year Kwetoma. Thank you so much for joining. So please, if you're on this show and you have something to tell me about the implications of mounting pressure on people to get married, the implications, what are the implications? What are the things that are likely to go wrong by mounting pressure on people to get married? What are the implications? What is likely to go wrong when you kind of just keep on pushing, mounting pressure, telling this person, kilo she, somebody has said one of it. Something that somebody said is that person may go into depression. Somebody said it, and I believe so as well. Everywhere I turn to, they're always asking me, when are you getting married? When are you going to bring somebody home? As a result of that, the person feels so upset, so not loved, so they said it can cause depression. Then another person said it can actually make them lead them to make wrong decision. Okay, and it should never be like that. It should never be like that. Now, we spoke about the fact that it's not good to mount pressure, but what about already? Somebody said somebody might make a wrong choice. Yeah, somebody might make a wrong choice just because of the pressure. But okay, so I will make do with whatever is available, and as a result of that, the person will end up in trouble. And of course, when that person end up in trouble, it means the whole family going to end up in trouble. So there's a lot of implications. Thank you so much, Ma. I'm cool. Thank you, Ma'am. Auntie Eluyemi, thank you. You're not a late comer, you come. And Auntie Eniola Alaga, we appreciate you, Ma. She said, good evening, beautiful people. Please, if you're not sure about the conversation we're having tonight, please ask questions. Remember that you can call me, please call me on +447828500938. I'm looking for a particular video that I'm about to play. The implication of mounting pressure. Now let's listen to this video. If you don't want to be unfortunate, my life. Oh dear, what did I do? I think I did it. Please and please, if you don't want God to punish you, if you don't want to be unfortunate in life, at this moment, please leave my life alone. What it is, for God's sake? What has my life do for you? What has my body do for you? You know, feeling all right. Leave me alone. Stop it. Stop asking me when I will get married. Don't tell me my time is now. Mr. Accurate Scientist, I know when my time is my time. Every time you see me, you'll be asking me, what is your genotype? Salabi is doing wedding next week. Kabita is doing any ceremony tomorrow. Shawewa is getting
getting married tomorrow. In you see, all of you need to wash it. You need to wash it. I think you can hear me. You need to wash it. Hold up with your questions. Hold up. Put your ear and listen to me. I have ordered for my pictures of my type of man. All I need is a very strong network for download to be complete. So at the arrival of my man, when the download is complete 100%, I will bring it straight to you. So please, man of time, generator shrine.
Did you hear that? Now, it may be funny. You know, every time I listen to that, it comes so funny. But do you know that it's actually not funny? No, from that person. Oh, thank you, ma. Mommy, I really good. Thank you so much, ma. Handmade for you. Thank you, ma. Thank you for joining. Yawo Baba, God bless you, ma. We really appreciate you. In fact, if Yawo Baba never come on the show, we never see finish this show. You know, he said it's very funny. Somebody said that person is talking from the place of frustration. She's talking from the place of frustration, and it has gotten to a point where she had started being rude to people that she probably would normally respect. You know, it gets to a point where you don't even give it. I don't even want to use that word. It's like you have pushed this person to the wall, and it's beginning to get to a point where the person is saying, "Kilo shele go go, kilo shele, kilo checking." I mean, she was even saying, "It is your time. It is your saying my time is up, Mr. Accurate Timekeeper. It is your time." You know, she's very frustrated, and we do it a lot, especially aunties, Nigerian aunties. We do it a lot. Look, there's absolutely ways of going about certain things. Now, don't get me wrong. Personally, I don't see anything wrong. Don't let me get the message across in the wrong way. Now, let me ask it as a question. Okay. If you notice that, you know, we said that someone that is getting married should be physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, and ready in all aspects, you know. So, and we said, okay, all these things, if you notice that in the life of a particular person, all these things are there. And then I understand that some people, the causes of delay differs. Okay, before I ask this question, let's talk about what are the likely causes of delay. Why would anybody be of marriageable age? I will not want to marry. Let's talk about that first. Ejo, if you put it in a comment box, let's talk about things that could cause delay in marriage. Why? And when we talk about delay, I think it also differs from person to person. For instance, I was 29 when I got married, and already the pressure was already mounting, making it look like I was already 50. The way Toshima make me feel like I feel big back pay. That 29, in fact, it's like 92, you know. So I want us to talk about reasons, what the causes of delay. Why are people delaying? Why are people taking their time nowadays? Somebody says our young ones of today don't want any pressure. Yeah, they don't want pressure. If you pressurize them, they will block you. They will shy anybody in blocking. And when I'm talking about blocking, they're not talking about just blocking you on their phones. We're talking about they could block you anywhere. Anywhere that auntie comes, I'm not coming there. I'm not coming there. If that auntie is the one that's always stressing me out, I won't let her see me. So they don't want any pressure. Then also the question I asked, the causes of delay. Somebody said, Auntie Kenny Eluyemi says, looking for Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect. It's true. Sometimes some people are ready. You can tell that they are ready. They have all it takes to get married, but they are still looking for Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect. Somebody said, broken home from family. Please, ma, Iroya, your event management, could you please shed more light on that? I don't want to assume that I understand what you have just said. I think I might have a bit of understanding, but I don't want to assume. I want to hear more from you, ma. What does it mean when you say broken home from family? Somebody said, if they can't get over heartbreak, yes. Maybe this person who was once in love, and the person was heartbroken, and the person refused to get over it, refused to let go from the past, or they traumatized, they are too scared to go into another relationship. That's another thing. Some people, they just block it off, so those are the things that are causing delays in and then now talking about looking for Mr. Perfect. Should I settle for somebody that I think they are not perfect for me. Let's talk about that as well. We know that nobody is perfect, but at the same time, I want to at least be able to, because we hear a lot of motivational speakers now, and they say, especially in churches, they say, don't marry somebody that you are not friends with. Don't marry a man that you cannot go out with. Don't marry a man that you cannot confide in. Don't marry a man that does not like your parent. Don't marry a man. If you go about the list of don't, there will be nobody to marry you. Iroyayo said, if such person had parents who had bad broken home, it's true. I've heard young people that will say, if this is what marriage is all about, I don't want to be married. If the way my dad is treating my mom is the way men treat women, then I'm not going to get married. I've seen that happen. That's true. Thank you, Ma, for shedding more light. Then Mommy Adele Ogun says, some are scared based on the experience of people around them. Yes, you're right, ma. I think that's still saying the same thing like you're saying. People are scared because of what, and this is why we have to be careful in the way we handle individuals. For instance, somebody who is scared, somebody who is running away from marriage because of the experience of his parents or her parents or people that are close to them, maybe they've seen marriage as so if this is what marriage is all about, I rather remain single. You know, if this is what marriage is all about, I would rather remain single. Somebody was trying to call me earlier on this phone while I was receiving another call. Please call me back if you can hear me. I think the person was calling to contribute, but I was on another line with somebody at that time. Please, if you're that person, kindly call me back. I wasn't ignoring your call. It was because someone was already on the line. Please do call me back. Somebody said some are not socializing at all. They are indoors. Yay, that's another one. You know, that's another one. Because some people, you will see them, if they go to church, they will be the first person to leave. No socializing, they don't have friends, they don't go out, they don't do anything, and they expect it to happen automatically. So this is another thing as well. If you actually happen to have that kind of person, one might be able to encourage them by kind of, you know, setting them up, so to speak, to say, Jade now, go and socialize. Sometimes husband or wife does not come to meet you while you are indoor. If somebody, I actually know someone like that now the person is almost 60. And because they don't relate, they don't socialize, they just you know, and it's almost too late now. There's nothing God cannot do. Somebody said inferiority complex is also part of it. Now, inferiority complex in the sense that you're feeling less of who you are. You just feel that it's not meant for me or something like that. You feel less of yourself. It's no self-confidence. These are the things that are causing delays in marriage. Thank you everybody for responding. Now, let's talk about how we can actually help these people one after the other. For example, somebody who already have everything, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything, they have everything. They are financially okay, they are of age, they are this. But for some reason, they just felt, I'm taking my time. How do you help that kind of person without necessarily making the person feel that you're mounting pressure on them? Because I do know people that are they are doing very well. They're doing very well in all aspects. There's no reason why they shouldn't, but they just can't be bothered. In fact, they have someone that they are dating. They're just not getting married. So how do you encourage somebody like that without making it look like you mount pressure on them? Somebody said some of them already set a standard for themselves, and some of those standards are just not realistic. They're not just realistic. So we need to balance it. You know, somebody said taking time taking time gomelu, as in, you know, I think majorly we have to understand where this person is coming from, study them, understand why they are, because like somebody said, a lot of times all we just hear is some aunties, you know, being very hard on some young people of some very you're just saying it casually, but it's hurting them. Have you taken time to find out why they have refused to even think about marriage? Have you taken time to study them? Have you asked them questions? I know people that are doing it just because they felt, your time, I just want to enjoy myself. I really want to enjoy myself. When I enjoy myself, when I'm ready, I will do it. Somebody said, why will I rush into something that I'm going to have for the rest of my life? Then I have asked a young man that I know, that every time I ask them why they're not getting money, they say, Auntie, I want to take my time. I want to take my time. I'm not rushing into anything. I want to take my time. I don't want to be carrying any baby everywhere. I don't want to be taking any pushchair by now. I don't want to. And I asked the person, okay, if you take your time and maybe you get married at age 40, by that time, all your mates have pushed chair at age 20 something, and they've stopped pushing chair. Now they are having fun. Then that is the time that you will end up pushing chair. And the person was like, oh, that's true, I didn't think about it that way. So sometimes speaking to them and knowing why they're not doing it would help you to know how to talk to them, how to help them, And for those kind of people, eventually the guy was saying to me, Auntie, I never thought of it that way. And I said to the person, I said, I have some of my mates that were the same age that are already grandchildren. They already have grandchildren. And today, they're just free. No school run, no nothing. Because they started on time. Now, I'm not saying everybody will start too early. But if your excuse for not starting, for not settling down, for not having, going into marriage is because you're taking your time. I want to enjoy myself, Jared. I want to have fun. I don't have time for that now. It is just like pushing it forward. You will meet it in front. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, Kemosik Official. God bless you, Official Alaga. Thank you, Mommy Alaga. God bless my Mommy Bisbam. Thank you so much, ma. So basically, well, we need to find out why people are doing what they're doing. Now, let's talk about people that have bad experiences, maybe with their parents, maybe because somebody is traumatized. I saw my dad treat my mom really bad. So as a result of that, I'm not getting married. Now, how do we help that kind of person? How do we help them? Because we have loads of young people out there that say, Ma, what? I ain't got no marriage. Because I saw the way my parents they were like cat and dog. They were like, I don't even want to do that. How do you help that kind of young person? And imagine the damage you're causing by actually mounting pressure on that kind of young person. This person is already traumatized, and now you're mounting pressure on them. Please, people, how do we help such people? They can bring advice, because somebody might be watching this video later, and we never know who's going to pick it up, and we never know who this is going to help. Please remember that you can still call me on +447828500938, and also you can leave me a voice note if you're busy. You can't call live. Please leave me a voice note to that same number, +447828500938, because sometimes when you talk, you're able to explain better. Writing stuff here, I'll just speak it on the surface. I may not be able to understand the deep meaning of what you're trying to say. So all those are mothers that are online. Please leave me a voice note. Tell me. I'll play it here on the studio and everybody can hear you. Tell me how do we counsel a young person that has refused to get married because they saw how their parents treated each other and they're traumatized and they're not getting into marriage. They say, nope, I'm not getting married. I'd rather remain single forever. Everything is ready, financially, emotionally, everything, they are there. Or they are of age, but they just said, no way, I am not doing that. How do we counsel such people? What do we say to such people? Number one, we've established the fact that it's totally wrong to attack them, to approach them from the perspective of mounting pressure. In fact, we have ruled that out right from the beginning of this show, that please, aunties, uncles, let's stop the habit of attacking young people. As soon as you see them, the first thing you say to them, Bumi Kore, you know, that kind of thing. We need to stop doing it. Nigerian aunties and Nigerian uncles, we do that a lot. We need to stop doing it. Now, we're talking about how do we help those that are not making effort without causing damage. Oh yeah, people, let's talk. I'm waiting for your voice notes. I'm waiting for your response. I'm waiting for your... Somebody said they may end up using pension money to train their children. It's true. People that delay too long, you end up... I've seen people, except if there's natural delay. Now, let's talk about other people as well that, not that they don't want to, the spouse is not just forthcoming. We have cases like that. Do you know that? They waited, they go out, they dress well, they eat well, they do everything well. everything is okay, everything is perfect, but the spouse is just not forthcoming. We do have people like that. So thank you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Mama Odile. She said, please pray for them. People that are of marriageable age that are running away from marriage for reasons like they are traumatized because of what they've seen happen between their parents or some relatives around them, and they're traumatized and they're saying no, 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 when it comes to marriage I am not doing. We can pray for them. We definitely can pray for them. We can also counsel them in a very subtle way. Please let us stop mounting pressure on them. Thank you for joining Mopsy Cakes. Thank you so much. And I think I've got Ojax. These names, I know you know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for joining. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we can pray for them. We can speak to them in the most subtle way. Subtle, low, please, subtle. Let's know the tone with which we talk to them. Let's befriend them. Let's talk to them in a very subtle way, not attacking them. Like that person that just the video I played, the person is so frustrated. I'll play that video one more time before we go. I think I have a voice note here. Let me hear what this voice note says. I think it might be for this. Let me just. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Ìbéèrè tẹ́ béèrè yìí ó le gan ni láti advice irú àwọn ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ láti marry because memory yẹn kò tètè parẹ́ èyí tó dáa jù ni wípé tí òbí méjì bá ní issues kó má ṣe hàn sáwọn ọmọ wọn kó control temper wọn kó bára wọn jà but kó má bára wọn jà lójú àwọn ọmọ yẹn. When you do it while the children are there, it's not always, the end result is not always good. It's not always good. So, but tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ náà bẹ́ẹ̀, irú àwọn ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, they need to really see counselors. They need to really get advice, get closer to people that are in love. What I mean by that is the friends they should have should be friends that the parents are together, whereby they can see the other side of marriage. They will be able to see the other side of marriage. One day we will marriage is actually good. Mama mi àti bàbá mi ni wọ́n mọ role wọn nínú marriage. So the advice I will give to them is that they should move closer to people that are enjoying their marriage and see what marriage is actually meant to be. Thank you.
God bless you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. That's a very vital point. Now, we're talking about people that are marriageable that refuse to get married because they are traumatized by the parents' relationship, or they've seen some family members that have the very bad relationship. Now, something very, very important was said by, and that was Auntie Bisbam all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much, ma. I really appreciate your contribution. That's very powerful. Now, teaching us parents nowadays, when these are happening between us and our spouses, let us control the way we present it to the children. We have to be careful so that they don't go traumatized. Now, talking about those that are already in that situation, she addressed it. She said, make them see things from other people's perspective. For example, if they have friends, or if you have friends that their relationship are good, expose them that, look, marriage is not always like this. We know that some people are kind of having it wrong, but there are a lot of people that are having it right. Expose them to people that are having it right. I do have families that I would love my children to be around, and that they're really doing well in their marriage, that you want to say, wow, if this is what marriage is all about, I can't wait to get into it. That's still good marriages nowadays, and a lot of people come publicly to talk about what is wrong rather than what is right. And nowadays, when people are celebrating their marriage, people will even be saying, you want dating, you want show off. There's nothing wrong in showing off if God is blessing your home. So thank you so much, ma, for that very powerful contribution. Okay, Kemosi, she said she got the topic mixed up there. Oh, that's okay. The contribution is still meaningful, even in this topic as well. What you have just said about people taking their time deliberately because of career, it's okay. It's individual preferences. But even getting married late because of career, God will help us. I don't know. As I always say every week, I don't come here to come and reach a verdict and say this is how it should be, this is not how it should be. Because there's a lot of intelligent people on this show, very intellectual people. I come here to learn every week. And when it comes to the issue of marriage, it's a very sensitive one. It is not one size fits all. Please, most important thing tonight we've been able to establish, let us stop mounting pressure on our young ones. Now, don't let us forget the question I asked earlier. We don't want to mount pressure on our young ones. We do not want to push them into making mistakes. We do not want to make them feel bad. We don't want to push them into depression, all because they don't mind. But how do you encourage them if you know that eléyìí ó kàn ṣe ètò òun ni, kì í ṣe pé bá pé nǹkan dìde ẹ̀, kì í ṣe pé kò rọkọ̀, kò ṣe pé kò ríyàwó, kò ṣe pé bá kò lówó, kò ṣe pé bá pé kò ready emotionally, ó kàn wò pé wo jẹ́ kí n gallivant about a bit more. We need to also remember that there are people like that. How do you talk to people like that without making them feel bad, without making them feel pressurized? That's another thing that we need to talk about. And a lot of people have said a lot of things tonight, of things that we should do. Becky Ewaremo, she says it has both positive and negative implications. I think I must have missed what I said for you to respond like that. If you can please say it again and shed more light on it. Somebody said you end up using come out for pension money. I'm out for raise more. Somebody says some married late because their mode of dressing when a young lady dressed like an older lady. Kai. This reminds me of somebody that called somebody Hey, it's also good. Nobody wants to settle for just anybody anyhow. Thank you so much, Alaja Sumbala. Yay, when you see you looking hot. Yay. God bless you. Now, your appearance matters. Sisi niye o ṣe bí opó. Ẹ má jà ṣe sisi bí ẹni ṣopó. Thank you for that. When ẹlòmíì need delay just because of that. Gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ṣe kíní. We're not saying you should expose yourself. We're not saying you should, but be modest, but also be up and doing. Ẹlòmíì ò ní tọ́jú ara ẹ̀, ó tọ́ ni àwọn nǹkan tá a expect ló máa ń fa delay ìgbà mi ẹlòmíì ò ní tọ́jú ara ẹ̀, ẹlòmíì máa ti gbó bí ilẹ̀ Gálílì, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láì tí darúgbó. Also, we need to talk about that as well. Your appearance, your what is it called, hygiene and all of those things, very important. Thank you so much, ma. Then we can also talk about character, your attitude. Some people, their attitude are repelling. They are repelling suitors, they repelling suitors. I don't know if that word is the right word to use. When they're ready to run away. Our attitude matters as well. These are the little things that kind of cause delays. So we need to also work on that as well. Yes, according to like what Auntie Enola said, she said sometimes you will be addressed the way you are dressed. Be careful. Make sure you appear good. Make sure you look after yourself. Make sure you present yourself well. Mommy also said, Alaga, only prayers kneel. Some of them, if you advise them, they won't hear. And some get offended easily. Praying for them that God should open their understanding is important. Thank you so much, ma. Some people they've already zeroed their mind, very, very sensitive, like a no-go area. They take offense. So people like that, we can pray for them. And also, sometimes people do stuff because they can also be encouraged by attending weddings. Because I remember when I was young, I used to look forward to weddings. Whenever I go to wedding, I would say, no, come me by. So sometimes it's also encouraging. Attend weddings, go out, expose yourself, mingle, go to places where you will find people that are of, that similar. Go for singles events, go for events and all of that. Look after yourself. Prepare yourself emotionally. Let go of the past. Somebody said one of the reasons that people don't get married on time is because they are traumatized from their past relationship. The fact that the first one didn't work does not mean that this one is not going to work. So we need to let go of the past as well. Kemosi said, pick and choose kind of people, yeah. Someone said, me, I'm not praying for anyone. Oh, it's their choice. God will stick. See me after the service. Or what? We get talk. You pray for us. You see pray. You know, some people actually originally they are genuinely delay, yeah. They're genuinely delayed. Some are genuinely traumatized. So you might pray for such people. Somebody said, Eluyemi said, I want young ladies. Me, what Kora? What Kora? A woman told a story about herself. She said why she was delayed for 10 years. You know, she said her attitude, she found somebody in the bus and they had an argument, and before she could say Jack Robinson, story. If I find that story, I will share it again on my page. She said she slapped the person. Gbogbo ayé ló mú àwọn ó ti tó àwọn ọgbà àwọn ṣáàjàjà yẹn gidi gan ni pé àwọn really mess up, àwọn bó bàtà, àwọn bínú, àwọn jà, àwọn ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀, not knowing pé ẹni tó fọ́ létí nínú kínní is a relative of someone that she was preparing to get married to. So she said when she now eventually got to the family house and the person saw her, ó ní pé ele this one you never find wife. You never find wife. Oh, she now narrated the story of what happened to that person. It's not only a movie that this thing happened. This person was actually telling the story of her own life. She said because of that relationship that broke, she waited 10 years before she could find somebody else to marry. She was one telling her story herself. If I find that story again, I will share it on my page. So sometimes as well, character, our attitude, what we do and everything. And pick and choose. We just want to have that Mr. Perfect. And as we said, there's no perfect person anywhere in the world. I'm not saying you should settle for less that you want, but at the same time, we need to kind of balance it up. So, somebody, yeah, I've seen the voice notes, ma. Somebody sent the voice note. Yeah, I've played the voice notes. Yeah, I think I did. Thank you. Somebody's saying to me that somebody sent a voice note. I have played it. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Let me read other. Yellow Baba says some of us parents should allow our children to make friends. It is not every time they step. In fact, because if it's more father by to Eurosi, only Yellow Baba ti soy. Nigerian mommies and daddies, age 15, age 18, age 21. Tí bá rọ́kùnrin kan pẹ̀lú ẹ. Tí bá rọ́bìnrin kan pẹ̀lú ẹ. Age 22. Bí o gbọ́dọ̀ rọ́bìnrin pẹ̀lú ẹ. Age 23. If I see you with any man. Age 25. If I see you with any man. Our age 26. Ẹ̀yà arákùnrin ìgbà wo ló mú ọkọ wálé? Excuse me. Let's talk about that. We Nigerian parents. I don't want to see you with any man. I must not see you talk to anybody. I'm not saying we should let our children be loose. I'm very strict with my daughter. I'm firm with her. Well, I'm not harsh, but I'm very firm with her. I don't expect her to be going about at a certain age. But if we kept on saying, "Ma bale isoro," why did I just see that boy talking to you? Even in church. Who is that boy? When did he talk to you? You know, my daughter is still young at 21. Don't even mention marriage to them. For now, I don't want you to mention marriage to them. Age 22. No. She's still young. 24. No. Why they 27? Everybody say, "Pariwo nígbà wo lẹ máa mọ́kọ wálé, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ yín ìyá wa. Ẹ bá wa dá sí." Let me read comments. So, this comment is going to disappear after this. Let me read these comments. No, I have not. It's from I will send another. Did somebody send another? No, I haven't received another voicemail. Please resend. Maybe it's not here yet. The person, please resend the voice note. I can't say. So please, let's not be too hard on our parents. On our children. Some kids are scared. They are sincerely scared. I had a schoolmate when we were young. In fact, if not that she looks exactly like her mother, I was going to say, some of us on this show, we know what we are talking about. they so okay Jomo can't talk to anybody, he can't relate, she can't do this, she can't talk to mates, she can't talk to colleagues, she can't do this. Her life was triangle, school, homework, and it really affected this person. In fact, she ended up getting married to someone that is about 30 years older than her, because of the way the parents were too strict. So all these things has to be balanced. Ẹ ká ọmọ yìí relate, ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yìí jáde. Hey, where is Auntie? Auntie, please resend the voice note. Oh, I can't find it. Jesus. Auntie, please resend the voice note, ma. I can't. It's not here. Please resend it if you can hear me. Yeah, I can't say. Somebody said I couldn't complete the statement because I was driving. Yeah, Baba, leave a voice note. You can leave a voice note, ma. Somebody said, I know a lady that she didn't allow her daughter to attend prom because she believed they're gonna be doing something that are not right. Not necessarily. You might call Antenna, please resend your voice notes, ma. Me or ma. Resend them, ma. Yeah. Please, ma. So okay, I want to go jáde lọ fún prom. They don't go to prom to go and do rubbish. If you train your child well, whether you are there or not, they will know what to do. Auntie, please kindly resend. Let me send her another message. It's not here. The message is not here. It's not here. Auntie Lola, please resend. Please resend. Yeah. So that one too is very, very important. Now, before I get too carried away with that, we're about to round up. Before I get too carried away with that, at what point do we allow our children, only children's, I don't know. At what point do we allow our children to start mingling? At what point? How much do we cage them, or kind of, let's talk about that as well. Please. At what point do we let our children, okay, come on, there's some demo, they're koshere. I am a come now. You come more any pull it for any simi. Or more exposed could make maybe a pay Oma Shirano. So we need to. Oh, I've received a voice note, but not from Auntie.
Ẹ pé ètò olóòtú mo mọ̀ pá gò ti lọ, ètò ti fẹ́ parí. Ó kàn wọ́n mi láti drop comment fáwọn òbí torí púpọ̀ nínú wa ìbẹ̀rù ti pọ̀ jù lórí àwọn ọmọ wa. Má jáde, má lọ bẹ̀ yẹn o. Ọ̀rẹ́ wọn ń ṣe nǹkan bí ọmọ tó ń ṣe birthday. Má lọ, o lè join wọn. Tell them you can't go. Those kind of stuff. Ibi tó bá ti ń jáde tó ti ń tẹ̀lé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn káàkiri náà ti máa ríra wọn. Àwọn tó bá ti wọ marriageable age, ara àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ 24, 25. Tí ìyá ẹ̀ ṣì máa monitor pé you can't travel down, no. What are you going to US to go and do? You can't join them, you can't go this, you can do that. Those kind of stuff, only stop àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Kọ́lọ́run kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́, àdúrà lọ́wọ́ máa gbà fún wọn, ká máa fọlọ́run ṣọ́ wọn. Ibikíbi tó bá lọ, ojú rẹ̀ ṣọ́ ìbùkún Ọlọ́run kó máa tẹ̀lé wọn. Ṣẹ̀mọ̀ ká fi wọ́n lẹ̀ kí wọ́n á jẹ́ kí wọ́n jáde. Kó lè rí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn, kó lè rí àwọn tí ibi tó bá rìn sí. Ṣẹ́gun ọkọ̀ òde wa bá wọn nínú ilé tó bá jáde wọ́n á rí ara wọn láti lè choose right. God bless us all.
Amen. Thank you so much, ma. That's coming from Ìyàwó Bàbá. Obviously, at one point, Yorùbá ní tọmọdé bá tó lọ́kọ, àmọ́ fún lọ́kọ náà tó bá dẹ̀ tó ní àdá. We cannot hold on to them forever. They have to be streetwise as well. It doesn't make mama misbehave, mama shisha, mama wo. Téèyàn bá kọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀, tọmọ yẹn go bá débi, òun náà rántí ọmọ ẹni tó ń ṣe. And ọmọ ọmọ cage kọ́ ni definition pé èèyàn wà discipline, kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa. So please, Auntie Eniola, she deleted it again. Okay, Kemosi said now they will get to uni and abuse the freedom. Yes, so I know some children, as soon as they said it's time for uni, yes! Why? Auntie, freedom at last. Jesus Christ, have mercy. Kids like that. That's why you see them. If you don't allow them to be free in front of you, if you don't allow them to be comfortable saying things in front of you, doing things, they will make mistakes. You will correct them and all of that. If you don't allow them, they will do it behind our back. When I was in uni, I had some roommates that when their parents are coming, they are SU. When their parents are gone, they are runs girls, that kind of thing. So I genuinely believe that we shouldn't be too hard on our children. We can discipline them, call them to order. Ọmọ tó bá gbọ́n, náà mọ̀ pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ misbehave, náà mọ̀ pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. Kọ́ lọ́n kó wá bá wa kọ́ àwọn ọmọ yìí ni o. Kì í ṣe mímọ̀ ṣe but kò ń ṣe nípa pé àwọn afi padlock tí ọmọ mọ́lé, òun lọ́mọ fi máa gbọ́n. Ó máa ń wọlé ní gbogbo ọ̀sẹ̀ wípé ká jẹran pẹ́lẹ́ ni. Àmọ́ ó faná fún kì í gbà fún wa. Ó wù mí gan pé ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú nínú ètò yìí. Àmọ́ kó tó di pé mo tún fi àdàgbà ètò yìí rọ̀. I don't know how many of us are yet to get a copy of this book, or you're looking for a gift to give young couples for their weddings, especially those who are doing traditional weddings. The effort made upon making this book is not just to make money, it is to actually put the information out there. The evolution of Nigerian traditional wedding is like the encyclopedia of the Nigerian traditional wedding. Let the young ones understand what they are doing and why they are doing it. Let them have the understanding of the origin of our traditional wedding. This book is available on Amazon Prime and so many other ebook platforms. Please make sure you get a copy and God will bless you. I just received a voicemail. I'll quickly play it so I can round off this show. We are way past our time. God bless you. Let me just play this.
Somewhat later because topic time, the stage in which we have now, had to go beyond that stage. So this one is just to buttress what Yaubaba said. I had a lady that I met in one of the engagements that I went to do, and very pretty lady, very, very friendly. And I said, oh, okay, don't worry, when is your own time too? We all come to say, Auntie, I have no boyfriend at 31. Kilo Shelley. So of recent now, I had to say to her that, do you go out at all? Do you socialize? And then she said, oh, that's a good point, Auntie. I will start going out. So I get catch a command anytime just to let them know somebody about to loco or for loco in Jesus' name. So no, I am for
me Eshe Gonima. Thank you so much, ma. Ono ti so yen le de won mole o. Ọlọ́run ló bá wa tọ́ wọn. Kì í ṣe mímọ̀ ṣe. Àwa yìí náà nígbà tá wà lọ́mọ kékeré, àwọn òbí wa náà they have their fears. And they didn't lock us up like in the cage, like most of the people that are locked up. I even know of a story of someone that got pregnant despite the security. Do you know when they asked her who made her pregnant? She said her dad. For a very long time. Can you hear that family return? Dear Loku. Later, ló ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jẹ́wọ́. Ló dẹ̀ sọ fún àwọn wípé òun mọ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún bàbá wọn ni because wọ́n fi okùn sóhun lọ́rùn. Our children will not be like that by the grace of God. But in all, what we are saying tonight is we've said a lot of things. Because of time, I'm just going to recap on everything we've said. The implication of mounting pressure is not good to mount pressure, but at the same time, it's okay to encourage young ones if they are marriageable age and you know that they're just gallivanting about. It's okay to encourage them. Don't let us be too harsh on them. Don't let us be too strict on them. Let's give them the understanding of what it is to be out there. And also, we also talked about the importance of we as parents setting examples of what marriage is all about. Don't let the children run away from marriage because of your own attitude. Expose them to better things. Also, those that have been to traumatic relationship and refuse to continue because of that, please let us tell them that it is not always going to be like that. Hey, Yomi. Thank you ever so much. Honestly, without you guys, we'll see it to ETO IGBEYAWO lọ́wọ́ yín ẹ kú gbogbo gbà. Mo tún ti fẹ́ fi àdàgbà ètò yìí rọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù pátápátá. Lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lọ́la lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. A tún padà bọ̀ lórí ètò yìí o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù. Mo wá ń dágbére fún gbogbo yín wípé lílọ ni mò ń lọ yìí. Ogun ó lọ kò dé kò ní bá mi. Ogun ó dé kò bá wọn kò ní bá yín. Ayọ̀ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà tí mo fi yín sí lọ́sẹ̀ yìí. Òun náà ni màá tún padà wá bá yín lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Mo wá fàsìkò ìsọ gbogbo apáta wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígun èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kò ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special guest of God.
Best of traditional wedding. Every many things away. Best of traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding.
Ṣètìgbọ́ ọmọ Ayọ̀délé.
Ètò Let's talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́.
Káwọn níbẹ̀.
Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ ni lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Let's talk.
Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye.